How's it going today?
Great. How about yourself?
Not too bad, thanks. How's practice today?
It was good. There's some things we need to work on. Execution wise, we're training every day and we're getting better at that. But as far as the game plan goes, there's a few things we need to clean up, and I'm sure we will.
You were named the Conference USA Player of the Week this week. What does that mean to you?
It's humbling. It's definitely a feat. But I don't want to get too caught up in it. And as coach says, eat the cheese. Um, I'm more focused on UAB than any of the accolades, and we're just working on a game plan and defeating this team.
Hey, Evan, you're up.
Let me turn this up. Jamal, just can you break down your recruitment with UTSA? I know for Jeff Traylor, he said that you were one of the first people he brought in, and for you, what was the deciding factor, and what linked you to UTSA so early? Was it just Traylor?
No, just the school I was committed to wasn't a good fit for me, and here in San Antonio, it's a good environment. It's a family environment, and they emphasized that on my official. They emphasized the family, and I felt it. And I wasn't so caught up in the facilities and all the materialistic stuff. I was just on what it could be. I was focused on that, and it was really just it was like a no brainer. Like this is the place for me.
And now having spent that month, at least game wise, playing here, going to 3-0. As far as the move to come to UTSA and projecting, hey, look, this is a place where it could be. I imagine you see yourself right at the center of that when we're talking with this team, not only this year, but for the next 3 years. Just for you projecting yourself and what you want to bring to this program. Just what are some of those tenets that you believe in?
Well, this program, I'm gonna give this program everything I've got for as long as I can, and I know that the coaching staff and my brothers are gonna do the same. So it was just knowing that it was really a no-brainer.
And then also just coming in as a freshman, making an impact right away. Just what kind of opportunity has this been like for you, and what has been the toughest learning curve coming out of high school and implementing yourself into the collegiate game?
Right. I'll say the toughest thing was taking my the way I prepared for games. I taking that to another level, and just more studying, more attention to detail, and yeah.
Is there a player on this team that you're specifically looking up to, that's taking you under his wing?
I don't know. We just play ball. That's all I can say.
I appreciate you. Thanks, my man.
Sure.
Hey, Greg, you're up.
Jamal, how you doing today?
Great. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. I'm wondering, Coach said that you played 93 snaps in this game. How did you feel physically being on the field for that long?
I feel good. I'm great. Coming from high school, I played both ways, and I played well over that. And I mean, it's gonna be a couple of nicks and bruises, but other than that, I'm good. Nothing to worry about.
Now that you've had some time to reflect on it and watch the film, how did you evaluate your own game? Were you happy with your performance overall?
No, I mean, 19 tackles, it was great, but there were some things that I didn't do right. It's just some things you can always work on, and I always try and look at my weaknesses and not my strengths in playing.
Has that always kind of been how you approach the game, just sort of constantly looking for those little things you can fix up?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Coach was telling us that I guess you guys' relationship goes back to like middle school when you might have gone to one of the camps of his or something like that. Do you remember when you first met him?
Freshman year. It was my freshman year. Yeah. I went to a Gilmer camp, and he came down there. That was the first time I met him. He came down there, and we talked and we chopped it up, and we've been cool ever since.
Did you guys keep in touch with like after that, or what was your relationship like?
Oh yeah, that's my guy. Mm-hmm.
And then I guess you took a visit here like right after he got hired. Do you remember what that was
Yep.
like?
Yeah. It wasn't like most official visits. I was here for a day, and then I had to go to another one. But while I was here, like I said, it felt right. It felt like home.
Okay, JJ.
Hey Jamal, what can you tell us about UAB? They got a pretty good offense. What are some of the things they do right, and what are you guys looking at?
They do. They're good at taking shots. They're good at their run game. They play hard, but I feel like we can match that. I feel like we can match that. I'm confident that we can. We limit their run and their amount of explosive plays, and I feel like we're in a good position.
What's it been like playing next to Trevor? He had a pretty good game this past week as well.
Mhm.
What are some of the things he does well, and what have you learned from him?
Um, just his approach. He's just is his calm, and it's kind of calming to be beside him because it's like you come into a game, you might have a couple butterflies. It's just natural. You love the game, you're gonna get a couple butterflies, and just being beside him is kind of calming. Knowing that he knows what to do, and you can just just depend on each other.
And then you guys are listed as big underdogs this week against UAB. Is that a motivating factor for you guys?
Of course it is. Yes. Um, I mean, it is what it is. People say what they're gonna say. We can't worry about that. We can't do anything about that. We can only focus on us, and that's what we're planning on doing. That's what we've been doing.
Hey, Greg, you want to wrap this up?
Jamal, did you always know that you would be a linebacker in college, or did you think it might be another position?
Um, I suspected it. I figured that I would eventually become a linebacker. The first time when I committed, I committed as a wheel, but what Chuck and Solo and them play. Coach Nick seen me at practice. He was like, "Man, you can move." And he said, "How do you feel about playing inside linebacker?" I said, "Whatever it takes to win. I don't care." And it's been getting easier. It gets easier.
Had you played that position before, or was that totally new to you?
I played a couple games in high school, but other than that, it's new to me.
So what's the biggest difference compared to what you're used to, or what's like the hardest thing about that switch?
Just being inside of everything. Just seeing the O lineman in front of you instead of being off the edge. You're seeing the O lineman in front of you, and just seeing everything unfold and where you're supposed to go. It's completely different.
And I understand you played like defensive line the last couple of years in high school. Did you ever think that that might be the right spot for you at the next level, or how did you fit there?
I always thought that I was undersized, and I figured that I would eventually switch to linebacker.
And the last thing, Coach Traylor mentioned to us that he said he wasn't sure why you wear number 88. Is there a particular reason you chose that number? You don't see that for a lot of linebackers.
No, I just got number 88. It's different.
Solid. All right, thank you, man. It was good to talk to you.
Sure, you too.
Thanks, Jamal.